Okay, let's get started, everyone. We're going to look at my little video. We'll get started after the video. Welcome, everyone. I'll send you I couldn't print it out, so I'll send you something. You can play it in, look at that.
You want to tap into your home's equities. You can get up to $500,000 without monthly payments or interest. This is not a loan. It's a program.
Look at what?
You can use the cash for house renovation.
Come on, join us, y'all. Come on, join us. We'll get started right after this video. This video is all about not giving up. No matter how far you fall, you can always bounce back up. You have to use life as a trampoline. You're the person. Life is a trampoline. Use your fall to bounce you back up. Use your fall to get up higher and higher. The things that made you fall may be the one that make you get up top. So never give up. Never give up. Come on, guys. Y'all come on in here. Let's get started. We're going to get started. Okay. Bring this down a little bit. All right. I'm David Witherspoon, the creator and founder of the Ultimate Lean Academy, where we bring health, wealth, and happiness at our highest. We're here to reach our optimal level of our health. That's what we're here for every Tuesday. For 6.5 years, we've been on here working on our health, trying to get an optimal level health, where our blood pressure is 120/80, our blood sugar is over, A1C is under 5.6, and our fat percentage need to be at 30 or below. Once we know those three indicators, we will heal ourselves. We will be able to fight off all diseases and anything that enters our body. I'm here with DJ Poochie. How you doing, DJ Poochie?
Hey, everybody. Hey, happy Tuesday. Is this the last Tuesday of the month?
Yeah, this last Tuesday of the month, but I'm gonna change it. We're gonna talk about Alzheimer's and all that. Today, I want to focus on heart disease, and I want to focus on blood clot and just everything dealing with the heart. So we're going to talk about that and talk about everything. I want to start off on talking about a dear brother of mine. You want to call my brother, my cousin, whatever, Eric Walters. He passed away Sunday night around 11. A lot of people been asking questions, what happened, what was wrong, what was going on. I'm here as a nutritionist. I'll give an update on everything. He was gone in for surgery for to replace or to get rid of a clot out of his pulmonary. He had a pulmonary bypass pump surgery. So he knew this. He told me about 3 months ago. We started talking about it. He said he didn't have to do open heart surgery. They would go through his arm or whatever, and they could get it there. That they didn't have to have open heart surgery. So when he first went there, he was going to do it through his arm. And when he went there, they found out that they couldn't do it through his arm, so they would have to do open heart surgery. And they postponed it for a couple of days, about 10 days. He told me about it, and it was supposed to be a simple procedure. He saying he was dealing with it since he was young, but he was saying it's time to probably get it. It was different options, and when they did the surgery, open heart surgery, it was successful. But what happened hours later, he ended up having a blood clot. And the blood clot, they had to go back in to do surgery to get that blood clot out. And while he had the blood clot, or while they were doing the surgery, he ended up having a stroke during the time of the second time around. And after that, everything went down. After you kind of mess up your brain and then stroke, your brain sends signals to do everything for your body. And once you get a stroke or anything, that's where it becomes a problem. And then it became failure. But I wanted to announce this. This is a dear friend of mine, and I've been dealing with nutrition and dealing with what the food we're doing, what the food that we're eating, and how we can heal ourselves and how we can stay healthy. And I want to talk about this. This is dealing with heart. Don't you know the number one cause of death in America is heart disease? Number one, heart disease.
For men and women, or?
For men and women. For men and women, heart disease is number one. Over 700,000 people die a year. That's over one a minute. Everybody, one person per minute die of heart disease. So this is dear to me. This is something that we need to keep in check and make sure our heart is running right. How we can tell if our heart is running right is hot blood pressure. The heart moves the blood around our body, and a blood pressure is telling us how fast the blood is moving when it exits our heart. That's the top number, and the bottom number is how fast it comes back to our heart. And if it's too high, too low, it indicates that there's a blockage somewhere. So if it's high, that means we have a blockage somewhere in our heart or area that the blood is going through. So if you get good blood pressure, that means you may not have a blood clot anyway, because your blood is flowing through your body at ease. So this is determination of your blood pressure, determine if you have a disease or your blood is running at ease. So it's no such thing as disease. It's either your body is running at disease, at dis-ease, which is disease, and it's not running properly, or at ease, 120/80. So we're going to get into this blood pressure, and we're going to try to focus on how do we keep our blood pressure at 120/80 and making sure that we don't have no blockage. And what are some of the things that block our arteries? Because when you have open heart surgery, I don't care what it's having open heart surgery for, it's because it's blockage. It's either blockage through calcium, and we're going to get into all of this. Either blockage through calcium, cholesterol, cortisol, or we even have insulin. So those are the four things that usually block our heart. And I'm going to give you things that we can use to unblock them. Because the only thing open heart surgery does is they take it out and unblock it. But if we can find a way to do it before open heart surgery and unblock those arteries, then we can survive. We wouldn't need doctors. So it's all about survival, guys. Let's understand this now. I'm tired right now. My mother went in the hospital, walked in the hospital, and ended up sick and passing away. Eric walked into the hospital and ended up not even coming out. So the hospital is really it's not always a cure. Sometimes that can be the end all. So let's do preparation before we go to the doctors so we can unclog our arteries, because that's all they're doing. They're seeing we can't unclog it because we're not doing the medicine and the herbs and all that. So they're doing something fast to unclog it. So we're going to get into different things of why our arteries are getting clogged anyway. And we're going to get in that. So it's all about survival. Who's all on here, man? Ask a question, anything. But my cousin's funeral is going to be this Saturday at 2 o'clock at West End Church. And then we're going to have a repast at Silver Spoon Event Center that same Saturday. His burial is going to be Monday in Columbia at the Veterans Veterans funeral home, or funeral, what they call it, burial.
Yeah, because he was a prior military,
Yeah,
right?
private military. Okay.
Yeah, and I know you want to do a moment of silence for him too.
So before we get started, let's do a moment of silence. Even Glenda had a heart problem, and Glenda, Queen, she was healthy, and she had to have open heart surgery, and she ended up with a blood clot, and she passed away. So we're gonna have to find out how to heal ourselves and really do this. Do a moment of silence for Eric, Glenda, who all passed this month, this week. Let's have a moment of silence for Eric Walters, Leon Walters. Okay. All right.
So Tanya, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. Lonan, Lonon. She said that you were talking about blood pressure. She said hers was 124 over 74. Is that good?
That's good. That's good. That's good. But I want to also ask y'all, don't say your blood pressure good and then you saying it's good, but then you're taking blood pressure medicine. Okay? I need your blood pressure to be 120 over 80 without taking no blood pressure medicine. Okay? If you're taking blood pressure medicine, what blood pressure medicine is to give you blood thinner, and it's thinning the blood, not opening up the hole. So when we taking blood pressure medicine and we thinking they're healing us, they're just thinning the blood so it can go through what's blocking it, and it thinning it. So they give you blood thinner and all of that so it can just go through better. It's not solving the problem. They're just giving you a workaround. And if it clogs up even more, that's when we end up having a heart attack or whatever, because they're just thinning the blood. They did not open up the vessel that was clogged up. They'll wait to do open heart surgery first or to do different things. But there's so many things we can do to open up our arteries, things we can do that we don't know about and they're not going to teach us. So that's why I'm on here. I want to give the knowledge of self so we can heal ourselves. So that's why I'm here. I want to give out tips that is going to teach us how to be our own doctors. How to be our own doctors. They want to be able to have the upper hand of just telling us everything. I don't think that's right. I think we can learn some of the stuff, especially if heart disease is the #1 killing of America. No matter if you're black, white, female, or male, heart disease is #1. And that's just clogging up your arteries, clogging up your veins, clogging up things. So the goal of everything now, what we got to do, and we're going to get on here, and I'm tired of just saying the same thing over and over. We got to take this thing serious, and I'm taking this thing, I'm doing this for my mother, and now I'm doing it for Eric. So right now, we got to take this thing serious. Right now, it's all about survival. Right now, we might have a war that's going on. Right now, the sun is getting hot. Right now, it's raining and all that stuff. Right now, we talking about a recession. And now we talking about heart disease. We talking about inflammation. We talking about cancer. It's all about survival of the fittest. Right now, from now on, we got to survive. It's about survival. That's all it is now. So if you're not trying to learn how to survive, then why even learn anything else? Money ain't no good if you're sick. Getting a house, getting married, and all the stuff, it ain't good if you're sick and then you pass away. So it's all about survival of the fit is. So we got to stay fit. All right, we got to create stuff and we got to be like dogs. We got to go hungry after this. If you ain't barking like a dog and say, look, I'm trying to stay fit. Like my wife got me the shirt, and we got to be like dogs in here on the back. We got to be like these Doberman pensions, and we got to be alert and fight. It's all about survival. It's all about survival, guys. If you ain't in here trying to survive for your kids, even if you don't want to survive for you, survive for your kids and your grandkids. Survive for them because they need you. And it's just simple steps that we need to take. And I'm going to give you step by step of what we need to do, okay? We're going to work out together. This is what I do every week for 6 years. For 7 o'clock on Tuesday, I do this. And we work out. But we talk about stuff that is dealing with everyday issue. And today we're talking about heart disease and how it's affecting our body and what we can do to prevent it from having heart surgery, open heart surgery, or strokes, because stroke is only a heart attack in your brain. Okay, that's all a stroke is. A blockage in your brain. A heart attack and what we get heart attacks and all this stuff, and it's just a blockage in our body. Stroke is just a blockage in our brain. So it's still blocking arteries. So to unblock the arteries here in our brain, we have to do the same thing in here. So it's the same disease. They just call it this different names. So we still have trying to prevent blockage. Okay. So any question? Anybody got any questions?
The young lady, that was talking about the numbers, the blood pressure numbers. She said she takes 10 milligrams of blood pressure med.
Okay. So,
but you're saying that it should be, you want it to be where you're not taking anything.
So you're taking medicine to make your blood pressure low. So therefore something is blocking. Because you wouldn't need the blood pressure if your blood pressure was okay. So what they're doing, like when my wife went to the hospital, and they went to her chart and say, hold up, you must have forgot to put some medicine down. You ain't got no medicine you take. You ain't taking no high blood pressure medicine. You ain't taking nothing. She said, no. And she looked at it. She went and went around to the other nurses. Look, she ain't taking no medicine. Look, y'all, she ain't taking no medicine. Y'all high? You sure? They want everybody on some type of medicine. I'm learning this. They want everybody on medicine. They want everybody on medicine. I had something on here where I had the dogs. They got dog medicine now. They want dogs on medicine. They want kids on medicine. So guys, we got to understand that we're fighting more than just a system, or we just fight more than just people trying to make money. No, this thing is real. And so we got to take this thing serious. So what you want to do is, while you're taking this blood pressure medicine, if people taking blood pressure medicine, you still can do this so you can block the arteries, unblock your arteries, because the blood pressure medicine is not unblocking your arteries. It's not solving the problem to prevent a heart attack. The only reason why you ain't called a heart attack is the blood is thin. When they get clogged up where the blood can't even go there through it no more, it's going to end up causing a heart attack. So what I want to tell, one thing before we start the exercise, I'm going to show you the exercise, but I'm going to show you one thing we can do to prevent it. All right, so these exercises we're going to do today, we're going to do bicep curl, tricep extension, lateral rises, front rises, arm circle. Arm circle back, hammer bicep, and 30-second, 40, we're going to do 60-second plank. These are the exercises. Okay, so we're going to do 12 of these, and if you want to do a full workout, you're going to do these one time, and then go around 2 times, and then 3 times. Doing 12 all the way down, 12, 12, 12, 1, 2, and 3. That'll be a full workout. Right now, I'm just giving you 1/3 of a workout. So y'all gonna work out with me. This is also gonna make your blood flow better by exercising, by moving, by breathing, taking in more oxygen so it can go through your blood better. More oxygen goes to your blood better. So I want to talk about one thing before we work out. This is called have anybody, and we talked about this before, but this is what causing, as we get older, this is what is happening to us. As we young, we create something that's called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is like a chemical, it's like a cleaning chemical that it runs through our body and cleans out all the calcium, all the cholesterol, all the stuff that goes through our body that's clogged it up. We got something that's called nitric oxide, and it cleans our body out. It's a cleaning system. It cleans our body out. But guess what? As we get older, we don't produce as much nitric oxide. So as we get older, the stuff that been clogged up, it's still clogging up because we don't produce enough nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is produced by us doing things, and I'll show you that. But nitric oxide, it helps clean the body out. And as we get older, we only produce like 10% nitric oxide. So therefore, it's not doing as much work when we were younger. So when your blood is clogging up and all that stuff, and you don't know why, it's because you're getting older. And there's things we can do to really prevent that. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So when we talk about nitric oxide, let's go here. So at age of 20s, we produce 100% of nitric oxide. Our body produces 100% of nitric oxide. But as we get older, 30, 40, at 40 years old, we only produce 50% nitric oxide that cleans our body out. And you can see where it's building up now because we're only producing 50% nitric oxide, and it's clogged, it's building up calcium and cholesterol, and it's building up. When you get 50, it's only producing 35% nitric oxide. And look how it's getting clogged up. But these are our arteries, and this is the buildup. And when we get 60, you'll see we only produce 15% nitric oxide. And you see how the hole is getting narrow. And so when our blood pressure go high, because it takes so much pressure to go through that little hole, so now your blood pressure is like 160 over 100 because it's trying to get through this little hole. Well, guess what? When they give you blood pressure medicine, they're not doing anything to stop this from plaquing up. So this is going to eventually close up here. What they're doing is just thinning the blood so it can go through this hole, the skinny hole, much better. So they're giving you blood thinner. And so now your blood pressure seems like it's 120 over 80 and it's good. It's still a problem. It's just thinning that blood. Now the blood can flow through this little hole better because it's thin. But you're not doing anything with this buildup here. So eventually we may catch a heart attack because we're not producing nitric oxide. It's not nothing you're doing wrong. It's not nothing you're doing didn't know. I mean, it's just you didn't know. You didn't know that when you get older that we don't produce a cleaning system that cleans out our arteries. So this is known. They ain't gonna tell you. They ain't gonna tell you. They're gonna just say, all right, we're gonna give you blood thinner so you can go through there. And then you may catch a heart attack because it ain't closed all the way up. So what is nitric oxide? Baby, you got it on that paper, nitric oxide? I got it. I sent you paper. Can you go to, you won't be able to do nothing now.
Oh.
I sent it to you on your.
Oh, you sent it to me? Okay, I can put this on hold.
And I want you to read up. We're going to talk about what nitric oxide is and how it affects what it does to our body. Okay? So I'm going to tell you about nitric oxide and how you can produce more nitric oxide just by doing basic stuff, guys. We're going to just write down, guys, because right now I don't want to lose. I lost my best friend, my brother. I don't want to lose nobody else, but if we can prevent it. So please write this down. I'm giving you this notes that, and let everybody else know, okay? Because this thing is, everybody is going through this. No matter whatever, if you older, you're not producing enough nitric oxide. And let me show you how to produce more nitric oxide. But my wife is going to tell you what is nitric oxide. Okay,
so basically what you just said, the importance of it is it's a crucial cardiovascular metabolic signaling molecule, and it's involved with every aspect of life. Like you was just saying, as we age, nitric oxide rapid production, it rapidly declines as we age. Restoring and maintaining adequate nitric oxide levels, it is critical. The health benefits include expanded blood vessels for better circulation, supporting heart health, and sexual function. Another benefit is your immune defense. It helps to fight off pathogens. It supports neuron development and neuroplasticity, and it influences various physiological processes, including hormone regulation and gut health. And the best ways to optimize nitric oxide levels is a few things here: lifestyle factors. So you have to prioritize exercise and sunlight exposure and proper nutrition. But you notice sunlight exposure is in there.
Sunlight, D3.
Mm-hmm. Oral hygiene practices, quality sleep, and stress management. A nitrate-rich diet, like eating dark greens and vegetables and beets. Supplementations, you can take concentrated amounts of nitrates and key nutrients such as vitamin C and magnesium. You talk about that a lot, especially magnesium. And you can do salivary nitrate test strips to just monitor and assess your whole body as far as for your nitric oxide status.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot.
So nitric oxide is like a cleaning system, and as we get older, it deteriorates. And they don't tell us nothing about it, but there's basic stuff you can do that can build your nitric oxide. And the one thing I want you to write this down, and we didn't heard about this, but we didn't know what this do. You know, why we take this, or why they say take this. What do y'all know about this? You can see it there, what that is.
Beetroot.
Beetroot
powder.
Beetroots. You need to get that. This is the number one thing that has nitric oxide in, that builds your nitric oxide back up again. If you look at beetroots here, you'll see at the bottom, you'll see nitric oxide, or the second one. Nitric oxide right here. Right here. Nitric oxide, that's what we're missing. So the reason why they say take beetroots, I take super beets. So either one, I take the powdered kind. This is powder, it's red. And remember, anything red deals with blood circulation. So that's why beets is so red. That's why beet is the best thing to take, because if you put it on your shirt, it's gonna be like blood, and you ain't gonna be able to get the beetroots. That's why, because it's dealing with circulation. It's red and super beets. It will help nitric oxide and will open up your arteries. So beetroots is one of the things that we're gonna need as we get older to take it so we can get more nitric oxide in our body to open up our arteries. That's the number one thing. If you get beetroots, I sell these $25. You get 90 of them. This will last you almost 2 or 3 months. So $25, you get 90 of them. Beetroots. All right. Those are supplements. Let me tell you what nobody understands, where this is how you can get nitric oxide also. It won't cost you a penny. So if you really want to build your nitric oxide, we can start today and build your nitric oxide up right now. We want to lower your blood pressure. Right now, we're going to do this together before we work out. Something simple. Y'all know what it is? You know what it is, baby?
Not grounding.
Okay, not grounding. Grounding going to do it too. But we talked about this a while back.
Oh.
How we going to get nitric oxide? Follow me. This is the sample we're going to do. I want you to follow me. I want you to breathe in your nose. Next thing I want you to do is breathe in your nose, because you'll get the nitric oxide through your nose cavity. It sends the nitric oxide through your nose, And when you're breathing, when you vibrate, you sending it and going through your whole body when you hum. Guys, the simplest thing, that's why I want us, the doctors don't want to teach us this. You can get 10, 15 times more nitric oxide in your body by just humming. If you really want to build if you got heart problems, you should hum every day. Look, simple humming on the exhale can lead to a 15 times increase in nitric oxide production. 15 times. So if you got 10%, if you're 60 years old, 70 years old, it's say 15%. Okay? You only got 15%. But when you start seeing these people, and they're not just humming, see what they're doing, we look at them crazy. They'll be sitting down on the floor, and we'll see these Indians, and they sit down on the floor, and guess what they're doing? They're humming, but they humming in tune. Yum, yum. So those people are not just saying those mantra, it's giving them nitric oxide. What's 15 times 15? Put that in there.
I know that would be a lot. 15 times 15.
So if we only need
225.
So 225. So even if you only got, if you're 60 years old, you're 60 years old, and you got this much plaque in your arteries, and it's almost about to cause a heart attack. You're only producing 50%. So now arteries on calcium is able to plaque up. You can just hum, and you can now get 225 times. You can have more than when you first start off. When you was 20, you can produce more than when you was 20 with nitric oxide by just humming. Ask my wife, every time I leave after I get out from this class, I take me a warm, a hot magnesium bath with all those bath thing, all those things, all that is magnesium. So if y'all want to say what the name of it is, but it's all magnesium. It relaxes your body. It relaxes your muscle. All of those chemicals that we put in the bathtub, those are just magnesium. And it's slowing your body down.
And it's funny you should mention the breathing, because Lester Holmes, he talks about that a little bit in a post he put in. He said most people are not breathing properly, correctly rather. He said that proper breathing helps the body to produce more nitric oxide, which you were just talking about, and it helps the vessels to relax and open more, creating more blood flow and cerebrospinal fluid. So yeah, he talked about that a little bit. So it's funny you mentioned that. And then as far as the root, Patricia Burgess said that she needs to get a bottle.
Okay. Just inbox me and I'll get you the beetroots. This will get your nitric. Anybody who's dealing with any heart issue, I'm going to try to let's do this because I don't want nobody else passing off heart things. They'll give you blood pressure medicine and they don't solve the problem. They give you open heart surgery. They just take that out and they're going to build back up again. Right now, we need to learn how to build more nitric oxide, and it's just by simple breathing. Once you're going to realize, we don't want you to exercise just to exercise. You know what exercise does? It make you breathe more. It make you breathe harder. That's all exercise does, and make it go through your body. More oxygen in your body is more power, more healing power. When you breathe deep, that's more oxygen. Guys, so I'm just gonna, before we work out, I'm gonna work out right now, but this is what he had to have surgery on. He had his surgery on the pulmonary artery right here. This is your artery. And it was going to the lungs. Going from the heart to the lungs. Those are your arteries. You have veins that goes to your legs and goes to your body. Veins. Arteries goes and don't have, arteries have elastic magnesium. So calcium squeezes your arteries and make it go hard. Magnesium releases it. So sometimes when you have high blood pressure, you have too much calcium and it squeezes your arteries and you don't have enough magnesium to release it. So therefore, your high blood pressure is because you got it too squeezed, you got too much calcium. So that's why they tell you to take magnesium to lower your blood pressure, relax your vessels so it can go through. Okay, so that's what magnesium and that's what beetroot's nitric oxide. But we're gonna work out and I'm gonna go through the next 4 things that we're gonna use to lower our blood pressure, to stop heart disease and other things. So the 2 things that we know for sure is beetroots, because it has nitric oxide in, and nitric oxide is a cleaning vessel for all our arteries. Okay.
And real quick, some more nitric oxide foods to boost before you start exercising.
Yeah.
Real quick.
So nitric oxide food that she's gonna read, nitric oxide food that you can take to produce more nitric oxide.
Yeah, and to boost your levels. Green herbs. Lentils, garlic, red wine in moderation. We can't
red is dealing with blood.
Can't go guzzling a bottle of wine. Red wine, nuts and seeds,
dark
chocolate, not Hershey's sweet chocolate with all the sugar in it. Soybeans and watermelon. Yeah. And it's just other stuff too: cabbage, celery, carrots, kale, arugula, the green leafy family.
So guys, let's deal with our heart, because there's a lot of things that deal in the food that we're eating. It's got mucus, it got inflammation, and now we got it clogged up in our blood system. And now we just need this nitric oxide to clean it out. Okay, so let's learn how to clean our body out. Let's learn how to hum. If you're singing, that's why sometimes it's good to sing. Even singing is a type of hum. And even though I ain't, that's humming. So singing in the bathroom, do something. Give your voice vibrates and give you power. And that sends nitric oxide. But don't forget to breathe in your nose, because if you breathe out in your mouth, that oxygen don't have the nitric oxide that is right here in your nose. You have nitric oxide build up that it will attach to the air and go down to your body and to your lungs. And when you humming, it's now shaking to all your body and all the arteries, and it's shaking the calcium, the cholesterol, and insulin, and all of these things in your body, and it's and flushing them out. So nitric oxide is the thing, and I'm gonna give you more, but we're gonna work out.
Patrick Swayze, I love his name. Patrick Swayze says, "Can you have too much magnesium?"
It's very hard to have too much magnesium. You can. It's too much of everything. Everything is a balance. Guys, everything is a balance. You're going to know that there's too much water. You can drink too much water. Everything is about balance now. If you don't know about balance, we got to talk about balance. That's everything. People say they ain't going to do no sodium. No, you need a balance of sodium. You need sodium. It's just the right sodium and the right amount of sodium. It's the right magnesium and the right amount of magnesium. You need 420 milligrams of magnesium in your body a day. 420 milligrams of magnesium. Okay? But it's if you're working out and moving around, your body will use the magnesium. Okay? But if you're sitting still and not doing anything, yeah, you can end up probably just taking magnesium and not use it. But magnesium is really to relax you. And it's 8 different magnesium, so you got to know which magnesium you're taking. Because you could be just taking a bunch of magnesium, just giving you X-Lax, and you just know how to have good bowel movement. And they ain't dealing nothing with your brain, they ain't dealing nothing with your arteries, anything. The right magnesium you need is magnesium tyrate and L-threonate. Or we'll talk about this, but get the ones that got 6 complex in it. It got 6 different magnesium in it. I sell this too. This the one will get your heart and arteries and everything together, and your brain, so you won't catch a stroke. Okay.
All right, good.
All right, so let's get into some exercise, man. I got to do exercise to really get this off my mind, get these endorphins out. We listen to music so we can calm down and let's stay in beat. Love y'all. Let's continue our workout with me. Let's go with DJ Poochie on the Wheels of Steel.
Let's go.
Bicep curls.
And I said,
All right, bicep curl. We're doing 12. Ready? Go. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6,
Halfway.
7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11.
One more set.
12,
And
12. Y'all know we fight this Goliath a different way. David had to fight this Goliath the right way, how God told him to fight, with his rainbow colors and his slingshot and his stock of stone. This is where you're going to have to fight this Goliath. We have to learn the colors of our food and be able to learn it enough that the more and more we learn, the more penetration we get. And it penetrates that Goliath head. So we got to learn our food colors. But to kill him, you got to cut it off. You got to cut his throat off. You got to cut the white food off. You got to cut everything off white. All right? Let's go.
all right, let's go. Tricep extensions.
Tricep extension.
All right, let's go. 12 of them. We ready?
1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Come on,
All
guys.
right, let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, we doing lateral ride. Lateral ride.
All right, lateral right.
We need love, all right? And I'm saying about stopper colors. Y'all know we got to get our stopper colors in. With my David the Goliath, David the Giant Slayer. Yeah, let's go.
All right,
Lateral ride.
we ready. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Watch me. 6. Is it dragging? 7,
A little bit.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, it's a little sticky.
Last one is 60-second plank. Let's sit here, learn to know yourself, and let's sit and let God do the rest. A plank is a balance, health, wealth, and happiness, mind, body, and soul. You got to do it all together. You got to keep everything up and let God do the rest. Let's go.
All right, let's do a 60-second second place, right?
Go. Yeah, we finished, guys. We finished that, guys, real fast, real quick. We were able to put nitric oxide in our body as we breathing. I was breathing through my nose, and just the music is sending vibration through my body. So let's do this, guys. We finished. Yeah, guys. All right, so we got this.
People to do 3 sets of those.
Do 3 sets of those. If y'all have any questions, are y'all hearing me good? And is it a lag? Are y'all hearing me good? Just let me know. I'm getting a little lag on my end, but let me know if it's a lag or anything. But we're finished. We're going to discuss other things that we can do to get our blood pressure up, that we can prevent heart disease. Usually heart disease comes because we got a blockage. And what we need to do is reduce the blockage, minimize the blockage. And the way to do that, we got different ways. We told you nitric oxide is the way to do it. And that's the number one thing we need to do. That's one thing we don't know. We didn't hear about so many other things. We didn't hear about magnesium. I'm going to tell you other things. But nitric oxide is the main one that we really never heard of. And there's different things that we can do that produces nitric oxide. I told you about humming. That's giving you your own vibration. But you can get nitric oxide through the vibration of God, just like how we say we're gonna bring faith and love and all that stuff. Where's my thing at?
What's that?
The 4.
Oh, right here.
All right, so they got something they call sound vibration. This is what I do also. When I finish, I do my humming. I do this afterwards too. This is vibration. This is 528 megahertz. This is the vibration of love. So I do this also. When I do this, I send love through my whole body. I do it about 30 times through my body. And what I do is this is sound. And you send in vibration through your body that will also help your nitric oxide. Just this vibration helps the nitric oxide in your head. When you come here and go down your lower body, it helps the nitric oxide go vibrates in your body. I even sometimes put it on my head here and let it vibrate and let the nitric oxide work. My wife is going to tell you about what sound does and how it really helps us get nitric oxide just by sound, music. All of these things is helping us. Good music now, because if you get a vibration on a bad frequency, it can send diseases in your body. But if you send positive vibration in your body, which is 528, which is love, love heals everything. So I do this every Tuesday and send love through my body, vibration. But my wife is going to tell you about what is sound therapy and how people get healed by just sound therapy. This is what the state of the art people, when you see rich people, they go get sound therapy. They don't go to the regular doctor.
How does it work? So noises, it creates a shift in the brain waves through when your brain synchronizes its waves to an external stimulus, rhythm, frequency. You're aligning your brain waves to a certain frequency, and that can cause a positive physiological reaction, and that releases nitric oxide.
So that releases nitric oxide. So when your vibration at a sound vibration hits and gets at a positive vibration, it sends nitric oxide through just sound.
Right. And and of course, nitric oxide is the molecule responsible for expanding blood vessels, which increases the blood flow and influences pain signals. So that's how it works. What can sound therapy help to treat? It can help treat sleep disorders, PTSD, cancer, anxiety, depression, epilepsy, chronic pain, ADD, ADHD, and autism. And the benefits of sound therapy is that it helps regulate emotions and alleviate stress. So a lot of benefits to sound therapy.
Just sound therapy, guys.
That's just sound therapy.
And I'm just telling you, this is what we need, and just sound and building our nitric oxide up by vibration, by sound, listen to good music, and beat roots, super beats, so you can get nitric oxide, so you can clean your system out. That's the number one thing that we want you to do, and it's easy, so that's one. If you know anybody that's dealing with, let's say, for instance, you hear somebody, they grab their heart, and they're actually having a heart attack. They're actually having a heart attack. Call 911 first, and make sure you got the ambulance coming. The second thing I need you to do is get you this. Cayenne pepper. When they're having a heart attack, let's say they're going through the heart attack, call 911, get you a glass of water, a cup of water, put water in it, pour some cayenne pepper in it, and get them to drink it. And that'll alleviate the heart attack. That'll open up your blood vessel quicker than anything. This is before the doctors come. Give them this cayenne pepper, and this will alleviate cayenne pepper. So cayenne pepper is this right here. Cayenne pepper is by far one of the best things to open up your arteries. It rebuilds the tissue in your stomach. It stops heart attacks within 30 seconds. I'll show you so y'all don't think I'm kidding. The third one. Stop, go to the bottom, stop heart attacks within 30 seconds. After you read that, the first one say tissue, rebuilds the tissue. The second one, on the third line, say stop heart attacks within 30 seconds. It helps the circulation and increase heart action. Okay? So make sure you have cayenne pepper in your cabinet. If anything you're dealing with, you think you're about to have a heart attack, this will solve heart attack in 30 seconds. At least it'll get the doctors to come in and an ambulance to come in to kind of deal with it. But make sure you just get regular cayenne pepper or whatever you can to open up your blood vessel if you're having a heart attack.
I think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if y'all, I do cayenne pepper. I love cayenne pepper. I got this a drop. Cayenne pepper, hawthorn, cayenne pepper, beetroot in here,
Okay.
turmeric, and vitamin K2 and D3.
All of that is in that drop?
All that.
Wow.
You're gonna take me a drop. Nah. Guys, I'm healing myself, guys. I ain't waiting on no doctor. I'm my own doctor. I'm a nutritionist. Huh?
Is it hot?
It ain't hot. Nope. You put it under your tongue.
That's amazing.
2 drops on your tongue. It tastes good. Yeah, take 2.
Taste it. Oh,
It good. It tastes good. It's sweet.
Oh, it's not bad.
No. So this will heal y'all.
Wow.
I would take this. If you're dealing with any heart issue, take this.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
This will heal you guys. This is called, I got this too, it's cayenne pepper, hawthorn, beetroots, turmeric, and vitamin D2 and K2 and D3.
Okay.
All right, so since we talked about D3 and K2, this is what else I need you to get. If you don't get that, I need you to get K2 and D3. This is the next thing if you got heart problems and you got blockage in your heart. This is the number one thing that usually people don't realize, that you need K2. When you take calcium, you may be taking too much calcium. Now that's where, when you get older, we end up giving our parents calcium pills. We don't know if the calcium pills and those calcium is going into their bones. It may be in their arteries and their blood vessel and causing calcium buildup, and we causing heart attacks because they're taking too much calcium. Okay? Calcium can build up in your arteries, and that also what causes heart attack. Okay? Not just cholesterol, but you can have too much calcium. So what you want to do, if you're taking calcium, make sure you take it with K2 and D3. I'm not saying don't take the calcium. What I'm saying, if you do take calcium, make sure you take it with K2 and D3 so we can make sure the calcium is going out of your blood system and into your bones. Okay? So what I'm saying here, to make the calcium go in the bones, you need K2 and D3 to force that calcium to go in the bones. Okay, you can't just have calcium, and if you don't have no K2 or D3, then the calcium just gonna stay in your blood vessel. But these 2, 3 together, like you see often, you need K2, D3, and calcium, giving you optimal bone strength. So you need all 3 of these so you can get the calcium out of your bloodstream. Sometimes it's still in our bloodstream, and then that's how we catch heart attack, because we didn't know that we were taking calcium and we didn't really know for sure it was coming out of our body. So let me show you the calcium buildup here. So here go a real normal artery. When the calcium builds up and you don't have enough K2, it builds up here. And so you got calcium all built up right here, and you see how it's thinning up your hole. And so when you take blood pressure medicine, they just thinning the blood so it can go through that little hole. This hole was this big, but now you got so much calcium built up, now you got a little hole. Now as it get worse and worse, it's building up. To get it back to this, you're gonna need K2. Okay, K2 gets the calcium out of here and put in your bones. These are brittle bones, and this is your good bone. No, this good bone, and this is a brittle bone.
When Hardy said, how do you know if you have too much calcium?
If you're not taking K2 or D3, to minimize, to take away calcium, if you know you're not, if you have too much calcium, is therefore you don't have enough magnesium. If you want to get rid of your calcium, or if you have too much calcium, you take magnesium. Calcium and magnesium works together. It's like a pump. That's why we so much magnesium deficient, because we got too much calcium. If you want to balance your calcium out, take magnesium, and it'll balance each other out. You got calcium. I think they got.
And sometimes if you have too much calcium, I'm thinking she might mean some of the signs of having too much calcium. It's like digestive issues, like constipation, nausea, being nauseous, loss of appetite, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those might be early signs that you have too much calcium.
And what you'll do is when you got too much calcium, it'll deplete your magnesium. And so you can even have things that you magnesium deficient. If you start having muscle cramps, you start having muscle spasm, you start being tired, you start being sleepy, you brain fog. You have too much calcium. If you wired up, you just moving around. You have anxiety.
You might have increased thirst, urination,
urination,
kind of yeah,
and all of that stuff. Magnesium handle all of that. That's why even if you got too much high everything, you have too much sodium, that's plus. Too much calcium, those are plus. Magnesium is a relaxing muscle, a relaxing electrolyte. So that's why you need to take magnesium to calm your brain down, to stop Alzheimer's. You need to take magnesium to stop heart attacks, because it'll open up your blood vessel. Calcium squeezes it, because you need calcium to run the blood through. Calcium squeezes the blood so it can go through. It got muscles. Veins don't have muscle. Arteries do. So when you squeeze it, that's calcium. When you got too much calcium, that means your blood pressure is up high, because now you don't have no magnesium to open it back up. It goes back and forth. When you breathe, it squeezes the blood through your arteries. Then when it comes back, you need magnesium to open it up. Squeeze it, open it up. Squeeze it, open it up. Sometimes we got too much calcium. It stays squeezed and they don't open up as much because we ain't got the magnesium to open it up. We don't have the magnesium to slow us down, to make us relax. When we have problems sleeping, we have too much calcium and too much wired stuff. Sodium, magnesium, potassium slows us down. Melatonin slows us down. Grounding slows us down. Relaxing, being unstressful slows us down. Right now we're too wired, we're too afraid, we survival mode, we got to relax. God is saying meditation will be the key. All right, so any other question? So can you read on what D3 and K2 does together? This is why you need the K2 and D3, guys. I'm just teaching you stuff so we can learn this, so we can see, we can be our own doctors. Like, okay, they tell us to take calcium, but they ain't tell us that we got to take the calcium out of our bloodstream. They causing probably a heart attack, because if you don't take the K2, the calcium don't be in your bloodstream, and then that's why you got high blood pressure, because you got too much calcium, and they didn't tell you to take K2 or D3. And when the blood pressure go up high, they're gonna give you blood pressure medicine, and they just thin your blood, and then I got good blood pressure. No, you just thin your blood. K2 will make you have good blood pressure. Nitric oxide will make you have blood pressure. And read up K2 and D3.
Yeah, so K2 and D3 and K2 together. So they're both essential nutrients that work together to support like key areas of health, particularly like bone health, immune function, and cardiovascular health. So why is it important to take it together? Because a lot of people will be like, well, just take one, you're good, but it's important to take it together, and this is why. So the vitamins, they complement, they play complementary roles to ensure that your body uses calcium effectively. So without the vitamin K2, the calcium absorbed by vitamin D3 may accumulate in the blood vessels, increasing the risk of heart disease and artery calcification.
I need you to read that one more time because I just said that and you're saying it in the same thing in a sentence. So listen to what I'm saying. This is why you need K2 and D3, because you can be taking calcium, but if you just take calcium, say it one more time.
So they play complementary roles in ensuring that your body uses calcium effectively. Without the K2, calcium absorbed by vitamin D3 may accumulate in your blood vessels, which increases your risk of heart disease and artery calcification. So I hope that makes sense.
Same as I told you, if you don't have these two, calcium is now just in your bloodstream. So when you take calcium pills, it's going to enter your bloodstream. It's not guaranteed that it's going in your bones. You can take a bunch of calcium pills and say, oh, I'm getting good. If you don't have no K2 and take these together, you see how it's saying these two put it into the bones. It puts it in the bones. This is your optimal bone strength. This is how you know you got good bone strength, because you know the K2 and D3 is putting the calcium into your bones. So that's the max strength of your bones, because you know you got all the calcium into your bones. But if you don't take K2 and D3 together, it can still be in your bloodstream. And the doctors ain't gonna tell you, oh yeah, you ain't taking no K2. You probably never heard of K2. That's why I want to teach you things that you never heard of and they never talk about it. And I need you to research. Write down K2 and D3, and I need you to do your research. Write down nitric oxide, I need you to do your research. And when you start finding all this stuff, you're gonna be like, why my doctors don't tell me this? And when you start going to the doctors and start mentioning it to them, they don't even know themselves. That's what I had to find out. They went to school to tell you what their medicine do. They went and take all these medicine and tell you what they doing when you got high blood pressure. You got to take these medicine. They don't know nothing about natural herbs unless they study it on their own. But if you go to a doctor thing and you go through all that, they're not going to tell you about what K2 do to your body. They're going to tell you about what Xanax do to your body, or what or Ozempic does to your body, what they made, and they prescribe you those. I'm a nutrition. I give you natural stuff and tell you what natural stuff does to your body. That I ain't need no money. That humming can do 10 times more than blood pressure pills. Just humming. The same amount you take those blood pressure pills, and every time you take blood pressure pills, if you hum for 5 or 10 minutes, don't take the blood pressure. Well, I ain't gonna say don't. If you do it with the blood pressure pills, because you're gonna need to get it down before you really, because right now they got you on it. And if you're not gonna do a holistic way of doing it, eat right and do the humming too, because you can't hum and then eat 10 cheeseburgers. Okay, you need to take this thing serious, 80-20, and then do it. Beet roots, build up your nitric oxide, K2 and D3, magnesium complex, because that will open up your arteries too, because you may have too much calcium and it squeeze your arteries. Magnesium will open them up. And make sure you get the complex of tyrate or L-threonate or glycinate, those three, because you got oxide, magnesium oxide, and citrate that just is a laxative. So make sure your doctor ain't just giving you laxative magnesium. Make sure you got the ones that deal with your blood arteries and your vessels and your brain, so you don't catch your Alzheimer's or stroke. So magnesium. And I ain't going to get into this too much right here. I'm on the CQ10.
Oh, okay.
I'll talk about
that. But I do want to, because the June, before we wrap up here, June is Men's Health Awareness Month also.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
I know it's Alzheimer's too and brain, but it's also men's health.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to touch on something real quick in honor of Eric
Okay.
before we wrap things up. about the top five health risks for men.
Okay.
Because according to like the Men's Health Network, yeah, there you go. So let's put this in here before we wrap up because this is the last Tuesday of the month. The Men's Health Network, they report that men die at higher rates than women from the top 5 causes of death, with this stroke, which is stroke, heart disease, lung cancer, prostate cancer, and suicide, unfortunately. On average, women survive men by over 5 years. So stroke is the third leading killer in the country. It's 1.25 times greater in men than women. Heart disease, 1 in 4 men have some form of heart disease, which is the leading cause of death. You said that earlier today. Lung cancer is the #1 cancer killer of men. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer found in men. The second leading type of cancer in men. 30% of prostate cancers occur in men under the age of 65. And suicide, men are 4 times more likely to commit suicide than women. So just kind of, and we can touch on that, as far as, the symptoms and the risk and how to reduce it and everything the next time around, but just kind of something to think about.
Yeah.
Because men aren't really focused on that much. They don't like to go to the doctor and so forth. So we want to kind of start putting this stuff out there so we can start saving, our men, our brothers, our husbands, our fathers, uncles, everybody, the men in the family.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna end in a little bit right now. Tanya, what's good, London? Thank you for sharing. I'm going follow instruction and get myself off the 10 milligram blood pressure. Yeah. Yeah. We got to do it ourselves, Tanya. That's my classmate. Eric would have graduated 89. Eric, he just flunked, but he would have been 89 too. So all of us are the same age, and we got to wake up. I'm 2 days older than Eric. So this is waking me up. We got to start taking care of ourselves. There's so much ways that we can do this for ourselves than really just depend on the doctors and wait on them.
And Lester Holmes is on it. He said doctors know pharmaceuticals, not nutrition and supplementation.
Yeah. So me and Lester are gonna try to heal you, man. Lester on here? That's Lester on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lester, man. Well, that's my cousin. So Lester, next week let's get you in, let's start this, and let's save the family, man, because we can do it. If the doctors can't, we can. Because knowledge of self is the knowledge of God. So when we learn the knowledge of self, we can become God and be the God body of our body. We can heal ourselves. That meaning the only thing God is we create what we want. We creating everything. We creating the sickness. We can create healing power too, just by using our mind and learning how to use your arms as an extension. It's not separate than your body. You need to learn that your whole body is connected by your spine and everything. And so let's learn this and be able to learn how to heal ourselves. Also, the last thing I want to say, when you want to heal and get lower blood pressure by just doing something simple, this simple thing right here, I'm drinking water out of a copper cup. You sit this water in a copper cup for 10 minutes. It'll purify the water. It'll give you nitric oxide. It'll clear the blood, everything. It'll clean your blood system, everything. Copper is one of the best things. It helps blood circulation. It helps oxygen in your blood. It eliminates toxic, and it is a natural pain reliever. And it increases the tissue in our blood just by putting it in a copper cup. Not the water, just regular water. But if you put it in a copper cup and drink it, just by drinking copper out of a copper cup or having a copper bracelet, this copper bracelet saved me. It helps my blood circulation. It helps me from not having a heart attack. Copper. This is copper too. We just got more copper. Melon and copper is the same. So let's learn to use our melon and our copper to heal us. Let's learn the power that we have within us that a lot of people don't have. When we learn to tap into our melon and to heal our own self, when I got all this copper, the healing. So thank y'all. We're going to continue doing this next Tuesday. I'm on here again. Please do research. Don't take me. I need you to do more research so you can believe it. Okay? I'm just the first line of defense.
Okay.
All right.
We'll be into July too by then, won't we?
Yeah.
Next Tuesday.
All right.
Okay. So the inspiration.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It's actually the inspirational quote, and again, this is for Eric, and it's about overcoming grief. Because I do want to, because it's such a huge loss to the family and everything. So those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day, unseen, unheard, but always near, still loved, still missed, and very dear.
That's to my cousin Eric, man. I love him, man. Me and him, 2 days apart, we motivated each other. We started from the bottom, and we helped each other make it to the top. I started at Eaton as a temp, and I worked myself, and Eric helped me, and I ended up being a vice president of lean of Eaton, over 30,000 people, over 300 plants. I traveled the world, started from the bottom, going up top, by having a motivating cousin that we help each other. Eric got out of prison, started at Gold Kiss as a temp, became the supervisor, ended up getting his black belt, getting his bachelor's degree, ended up traveling and going to other companies and being the best manager at their plant. Guys, we can do it. You just have to put in the work. We can get healthy if we just learn the knowledge of self and apply it. It's all about survival of the fit, of the fittest. You got to put work in. We just had a championship. Oklahoma City won the championship, basketball championship. SGA, the MVP. He put work in. He shoot the ball like Kobe. He put work in. For us to be at the optimal health, we have to put work in. We can't just let the doctors take care of us. We got to exercise. We got to get with Lester to teach us how to calm our brains down, how to just think and meditate and breathe to lower your blood pressure. You don't need to take no 10 milligrams, 50 milligrams, or none of that. We just need 10 milligrams of God. We just need 10 milligrams of goodness. We just need 10 milligrams of love. Love will heal everything. It has to be love in your heart, love in your voice, love in your eyes, and love in your mind. It got to be love all over. It got to be love. It got to be love even in the sound. I'm learning to put it all together. I'm learning that it starts with me. And we need to say, if we're trying to make a better place and make this world a better place, we got to look in that mirror. And we got to start off is that man in that mirror. Are we doing what we're supposed to do? We got a vessel here. We're going to have David and Lester teaching us how to live right. And I'm going to be able to say, I'm going to their classes. I'm going to learn how to heal myself. We're at an age now that knowledge is power. Long time ago, we could be ignorant. But now, ignorance can cause death. Ignorance can cause sickness. Ignorance can cause poor. We got the poverty. We got to learn how to get out of this rat race. Health, wealth, and happiness. The right way. And we got to do it the right way. One of the ways is we got to meditate. We got to use our mind. I'm going to learn from Lester. I know Tai Chi, but I got to take it up to that next level, to that next level, to that next level, to that next level. I'm learning. I'm going to learn other things. We're supposed to be a learning vessel.
Just like that dandelion. When that sun come out, that dandelion come out and shine. When the sun go down, it go down. That's what we need to do. Let's learn ourselves. Let's do the work of God. And let's shine our light. Leslie's going to do Tai Chi. He's the most positive person, knowledgeable person that I know Tai Chi. And it's coming to you. Let's take advantage of this knowledge. I'm a nutritionist, a personal trainer, and I'm learning everything it is. Because I'm going to protect my people. I'm David the Giant Slayer. I'm taking my city back. We're going to cut health in half, diseases in half. We're going to do it. How? Because the knowledge of self and the knowledge of God. Let's do it together. Together we can, together we will. We got to stand up. We can't wait on no president. We can't wait on nobody, no doctors. We are the doctors. We are gods and goddesses, kings and queens. Love y'all. Make that change. I love you, Eric. I love you, Eric. I love you, Eric. I love you. Make that change. Peace. Rest in peace.
What is every...
Silver Spoon Event Center is a premier event space perfect for every event, big or small. Baby showers, corporate conferences, weddings, or cabarets. We have the space for you. Silver Spoon Event Center is a family-owned and operated establishment featuring Specially Made by Cheryl. Specially Made by Cheryl can put a silver spoon touch on any event. From decor, lighting, catering, Specially Made by Cheryl and the Silver Spoon Event Center is perfect for your every event need. For more information and to book your date, contact David or Cheryl Witherspoon at 803-968-0764 or 803-757-9208. Also, www.silverspooneventcenter.com.